All right, so busan yenchao e Phoenix medi edisiki enti se wote se enra Shatta Wale voluntarily ono ankasa ne lawyers ekopie mu ewu yuko aso ye ema ekowi ase na ye ye detain Shatta Wale enanopa stories are eba yete and say Shatta has been asked to provide 10 million Ghana cedis as bail condition plus 2 sureties and sana ye free no. Now, what's an 10 million Ghana cedi bill no eba no? These are videos from a EOCO officer. Say no Shatta Wale fans they are massing up ewo EOCO asweye demanding Shatta Wale release. Now, the interesting thing is what's the fans no say naively omo support chanting for Shatta release nebusia EOCO a drop a bombshell. Omo chim say ensensem bi koso ewo Shatta Wale ne car no ho a ebusia it means say per the EOCO statement necessary just about 30 minutes ago and etimi dropping. Shatta Wale is in for a hard time and it beyond a car and some crack because Shatta Wale ne ho ya atre no and we will tell you why according to EOCO statement because EOCO full statement o releases sisi ano ma ya ase Shatta Wale the management o mu ye twatro and that is because enra ebra ye che Shatta first no. The initial story and say he's been investigated for one car nankasa and then fraud, money laundering, and some tax issues. In this particular video, Samiflex or no Shatta Wale manager. In fact, at around 7, not Samiflex released this video on the page or no as a no or downplay Shatta Wale ni detention and recourse no. According to this video, in the latest part of this video no. Samiflex MET say Enra Shatta kopi mu EOCO no was just for air tax allegations keke. They were just trying to know say Shatta HER tax ewo ne Lambo ne so and then the companies na jumo UTR tax ebusia ebra Samiflex video yi course no and EOCO for release another statement counter Samiflex and some or say ne investigation no just mere tax allegations. Now per this EOCO statement e betimi aka say Shatta Wale Kanu, EOCO said he has not been able to provide documents. He has not been able to prove ni pako to free no. Again, the other EOCO statement we about which we believe says Shatta ebet me more problem and say obeka about 2 weeks ago. Ebro mo che na Shatta etimi bebo dede videos no. Ene ne arrest and answer ni detention ne odem no. It is linked to that video na 2 weeks ago or no because obeka 2 weeks ago the video no no. With me chase a car or turn $150,000 if you will be home. That $150,000 car now also toy. According to this EOCO statement, James said he has not been able to provide receipt, a deal, and I said Obi Biara any document a chase Shatta the legitimate owner or talk and if you will be home. With me any. This same EOCO statement, say, Omo checks are in connection with FBI. No. Omo ebetimi akami ati asese ampa that Kofi amabu abuse Kofi bu abi na yese or serve 86 months ewo USD no ono na still or the rightful owner ni din ewo Ghana customs omo chese ono na ka ne dia so uhwe mu a say Shatta is trying to find a way to katakata niam so for that ama guy na or the US no and Shatta managers were trying to play smart. Nanka or Mama Ghana for enya some sympathy be ama Shatta bet EOCO for drop statement or which say Nema different from how as a Shatta in management a project no. Ebusia yansani se munetimi ehu niema but me ka say concerning this same Shatta Wale story no Black Rasta enso him say after Shatta Wale pe ono nso ni intel bi a ono nso enya no there are some musicians be any artists be Ghana omo ye lined up after Shatta omonso ho nsem ebeba na abusua yenjudwa nsem mu nyina na chese hu ba bia ye free ba ene de ye ko na ni nyina asase about 2 weeks ago bekai a until that 2 weeks na ye nim se Shatta Wale kura ni EOCO for e wasem until that same 2 weeks ni nim se FBI for and I say Shatta Wale din kura kopie mu US FBI but last 2 weeks ago ye ho na Shatta Wale started dropping post ahodo on Facebook and now attacking Raymond Archer no EOCO boss no we chim say I say omo harase no or the armed men etimi abadifie and a whole lot of issues. Now after that particular statement kakra na Shatta to Facebook no EOCO for 8 drop an official statement and no more church near my course when the reason why they had to go to Shatta's house are almost with armed men. In that EOCO statement, near Betty say Shatta Wale and answer EOCO for acting on request from AFB or US Nhyira almost say Omo retrieve a car bi Lamborghini bi as proceeds from air fraud one maybe or no 8 million fraud worth $4 million. No, this says it can be talk car. Ama saa car no akwa kodi Shatta Wale for you for me ati ase say omo di kan ko Shatta Wale ho ene no koka sai eso omo beba be sizi car na so omo be kan dia ko omo so ye. According to that same EOCO statement no omo ati ase say bro omo di kan ko ye no Shatta Wale ene omo kasa say nko omo nye no cool eye na omo ono ankasa be present car no wa bra eni ma hu because na omo hu say anase Shatta ne feel say and fans e hu say EOCO officials address it to saa car no a ebe raise suspicions because car no kra no ready or they are part of the brand and one person ni be guase na ni trade and the craft ahodo a wotimi ye ne supporters no elusi hope ewoni. So per that EOCO statement no mo chem say omo ma Shatta kwan e ma omo ye say ono ankasa present car no ne birim said omo afi so be comfortable at least omo show some respect for Shatta Wale ne pedigree awo. Now abusia yete say EOCO for sa akọ ho koye search enum e na Shatta bufu ye e ma EOCO for nso be kika san nsemi. Now that day nenumre after the EOCO statement in the Bible, Obekaya Shatta Wale echo live on air TikTok and Facebook echo ki cancel many or blast amount for the amount for them na ne bo funi ande. In the course of that TikTok any in the Facebook live no or can be say that Lamborghini no auto free will be for $150,000. Abusia ene yebetimi aka mo ati ase say that $150,000 statement no eno ena ama enra any detention we akoso. Now yebeko EOCO full statement no. Now any say right after say Shatta etimi ewie dan live no say on the 13th of August this month which is last week EOCO for etimi assign to extend the invitation ma Shatta Wale say ombra om office na omundi nkomo but for some reasons and because at the time na helicopter crash na crash ama ye state funeral ninti no omo entimi anko. So almost sign so make plans for say omomra and that for a different date which eventually enra and another date no Asia as omoko. Ebusia enra before say EOCO a statement we airby. Na yenim say until enra according to Shatta Wale the management and answer Zionfelix a statement will release in it say wako EOCO for office ono ankasa ne lawyers and an anti koye but okoye no ye detain no ama ade ebeche no ho. And so they were hoping say Adyachan or betimi enya bail amano. I'm waiting yabefie. On Enra corner statement, after that statement, Zionfelix actually Facebook no. Or sign by the video. In that video, no Zionfelix emieti say Shatta Wale ko EOCO ni nyina nya boni bia. Enye money laundering, enye asem gidi bia because na EOCO for person who say ne Lamborghini na otoye no. Utia tax e woso. Ebusia Zionfelix edi draw ho Obra. And we can tell you that because of EOCO for counter statement Oma release after Zionfelix video no so buy. Now yentie the Zionfelix can was her enra arrest video na Zionfelix mo no yeba. Meche the EOCO for also counter against Shatta Wale and the management no who say it is not just mere tax on Shatta Wale ne Lamborghini ne keke but it is something deeper. Ebusia yentie Zionfelix briefly na yento aso ne enko EOCO for also aside.
So from beginning, let me make it brief, very, very brief, as much as I can. From the beginning, Shatta has been out there and he has been vocal about this whole EOCO yellow Lamborghini saga. And according to him, when he bought this car and he was using it as his thing, reports came from EOCO that the car was linked to one Addo, who is the National Signals Bureau boss, former boss, who is also dealing with the law over issues of state funds and all those things. Of course, when it was linked to him, Shatta proved to EOCO that no, this car, I bought it. Papers are here with me and all that. So initial stages, that was what was done. Car was picked up, but after he drove the car to EOCO by, like, he made sure the car goes to EOCO so that EOCO can do their investigation. 3 months down the lane, he wasn't hearing anything. Then he comes forward to talk about, this particular issue came up, that this and that and that investigation was being done about Adubuahi and the car. Nothing has been heard. So what is happening? That is why he came out to talk. Of course, when it happens like that, definitely, some people's egos will be bruised, and institutions wouldn't want some of these things to be done with their name or about their name. So their egos will be bruised, definitely. And some of these issues are likely to come up, exactly what we are hearing. Unfortunately, when that issue came out first, we saw a statement purported to have come from EOCO talking about the fact that Shatta Wale was having possession of a stolen vehicle, having proceeds of crime, something. In fact, a story that even till now, whether it officially came from EOCO or not, it is yet to be ascertained or verified, and that is also okay. We know when you live in a system like Ghana, some of these things you are likely to encounter them, and that is fine. So until yesterday, I think almost late in the evening, when an invitation came that EOCO would want to have Shatta for a meeting. In fact, let me even state emphatically that the first invitation was last week Wednesday. That was 13th August. When the first invitation came, but because of the state funerals and all those things, they postponed it to Wednesday, that is 20th August. And indeed, Shatta Wale decided that if an invitation has come for me to be at EOCO to assist in investigation, why not? I'm a law-abiding person, so he wrote there himself. He went to EOCO himself this afternoon that, okay, I've gotten your invitation, that I'm supposed to be here to assist, or for me to assist you guys in investigating the yellow Lamborghini and some of its related issues. And Shatta went there, presented himself to EOCO, and of course, EOCO started their investigation. So that's between our lawyer, that is lawyer Cephas. He was with Shatta throughout the interrogation process, and when it was done, he brought us information which stated that, okay, after interrogation and everything, Shatta Wale is not involved in any money laundering, just as some people are putting out. Those are lies, total falsehood. They are not true. Shatta Wale is not involved in any money laundering. Shatta Wale has not involved himself in any criminal act, as some news portals, some credible news portals are putting out. They are all falsehood. They are all lies. Shatta Wale has not involved himself with anything. Shatta Wale went to EOCO, defended the fact that he bought his car, and I'm sure EOCO has issues with how he paid taxes on the car he bought, and that is what is in contention. What is in contention is the fact that, okay, you bought it. How did you take care of the tax obligations around the vehicle he bought? And of course, when it comes to issues like this, now they'll be asking questions about your companies. How are you running it? How are you running your companies, your tax here and there? And these are the issues at the moment in contention. And trust me, Shatta Wale and his lawyers are running it, and we are sure going to work this out as early as possible. Now, what is more important is the fact that indeed Shatta Wale has been detained at EOCO, because we went there late to start with. We went there afternoon, and going through bail processes definitely will take time. And we know how the system is in Ghana. When you understand the system, some of these things, you are not really surprised by them, because you know how it works. So now what EOCO is demanding is that they still want to have him to investigate the car and the tax and all the issues around his company and all that. Therefore, before they can continue with the process, they want to give him bail, and a bail of 10 million Ghana cedis, with 2 sureties have been placed on the issue as it stands now. And I can promise you that management and legal officers of the dancehall king, they are working feverishly on this, and hopefully tomorrow we are sure going to, or hopefully Thursday 21st August, we are sure going to work this out for everything to be okay.
All right, so no. Into Zionfelix etimi amiati nsem na nsenka enheda nye serious issue, all right? Just tax and on person who's or Lamborghini no crowd will tax or home. And so according to Zionfelix no, or mubisa Shatta Wale in the companies are hold on earnings, ni income, any one tax and one manema. Now ebusia ebra yedaso edi court dan ho abubu na ye hwese Shatta Wale benya 10 million Ghana cedis bail condition obetimi emiti no. Sesi EOCO for drop statement. Sesi na kwese EOCO for no omo ntwe e ma Shatta entimi play emotional games via and when public against women. Now, this is what the EOCO is saying. And according to that EOCO statement, Metro say, any tax keke, Lamborghini so Shatta. It is still linked to air car any fraud. That guy now was every 86 months US no. That $4 million fraud no. And any detention by after the $150,000 was it $150,000 or talk car video no Facebook no. And we Shatta Wale. Now, EOCO for statement and say, Charles Ama Mensa, aka Shatta Wale, interrogated and granted bail. Now, mind you, you are granted bail, no. But as it stands now, ENT says Shatta Wale is free because on had them meeting conditions, no. So, yeah, the conditions now man says we meet with their Kofi. Now, EOCO for say, Charles Ama Mensa, aka Shatta Wale, was invited by EOCO to assist in investigations surrounding a 2019 Lamborghini Urus, a car identified by the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department as proceeds of a $4 million crime involving one Nana Kwabena Amwa, a Ghanaian who is currently serving jail term in the U.S. The investigation forms part of a larger investigation regarding possible co-conspirators in the $4 million crime which occurred in the U.S. involving some Ghanaians and recoveries of the proceeds of the crime. EOCO for build omo nsemba e de bedu baby kra na obeti say EOCO for chinto mbisa Shatta Wale say providing receipt and even conversations on a car ura na okoto car na free no. Shatta Wale say the chat WhatsApp chat on a car ura kro na oto car na free no kra no Nhyira. So Shatta is trying to play smart, but EOCO for the FBI and they know what they are doing. Now yet was some say following requests from the FBI and the US Justice Department of EOCO to track the vehicle and conduct local investigations in respect of uncovering possible co-conspirators in Ghana, EOCO began looking for the vehicle until it was identified and seized in or around May this year in the possession of one Charles Ama Mensa, which is last 2 weeks. On August 15, 2025, a United States District Court of the Eastern District of Kentucky, Central Division of Lexington, in a criminal case of the United States of America versus Nana Kwabena Amwa, issued an order to forfeiting substitute assets on the Lamborghini Urus in question, authorizing the U.S. government to take possession of the said vehicle in Ghana as restitution for the crime. On August 5th, 2025, following a public claim, so Shatta Wale anko public and KB ne how woko mu no kra nke ema, and now mind you say ebra na wo that particular video no amanfo tu no say omia na no na onfa lawyers a omunim emrem na omuntimi follow case no enjoy Facebook live no eno ene na koto asemu mo no ti EOCO for say on August 5th, 2025, following a public claim by Charles Ama Mensa that he purchased the car at a price of $150,000 from an unidentified party, EOCO issued an invitation. So after say omoko ni fie na ono omo etwetwe Facebook post ahodo EOCO for be church omo side dum no na esen ka Shatta emiana no but enume na okọ so koye that Facebook video na o chem say ehọ no state car no price or turn for $150,000 no ehọ na EOCO for stand another invitation edemano. EOCO issued an invitation to Charles Ama Mensa to report on August 13th, 2025, which appointment was rescheduled for August 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. to assist with investigations. So now, all my friends, I'm going to that $150,000 no so talk no investigation. I'm going to and no nene, I'm Shatta Wale. See what them are. You hear 100 billion and I say 10 million Ghana cedis no. Now yet was ube hun sembi ewa ho say. Counsel for Charles Ama Mensa indicated to EOCO officers that they would prefer to report at 11 a.m. Which is enra na yesenko the 13th na yesenko omra 10 no. The lawyers SR say instead of 10 no, betimi aba 11 a.m. anopa. So almost per 1 hour ahead. Now almost say EOCO readjusted its schedule to align with their time. So almost say man say ampa 11 no the omra. Shortly before 11 in so Bible no. Then Charles Nhyira Mensah lawyers again also free EOCO to claim that his client was not available at that and that he was also busy. Na yemfanko EOCO indicated to counsel that the lawyers say he and his client were expected to report as scheduled. What I say? So after still for the second time, no mafre another readjustment of a invitation date ne time no. EOCO catch the lawyers and says still here Shatta at all costs. Charles Nhyira Mensah arrived in the office around 3 p.m. So Enra time or call 3 p.m. and insisted that he was not going to cooperate until his counsel arrived. Eno eye de Shatta okopi ho Enra na ultimi ekachrom. And EOCO acknowledge say eno de Shatta Wale was right. So obeka say on kasa until send the lawyers aba. EOCO statement in it say EOCO investigations and Charles Nhyira Mensah waited. EOCO investigators and Charles Nhyira Mensah waited from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. before his counsel showed up. Incidentally, EOCO's closing time is 5 p.m. What I say? So, Enra Shatta call hono. Ultimate James say ono mo enka bibia this and lawyers aba. But omo chen ya till 5. 5 more and lawyers eba. EOCO fonzu James omo nebo 5 for hono mo pon. And that is Omo explaining the reason why Shatta had to spend the night Omo custody because by 5 now lawyers nearby no. Omo so apon. Yento aswe. Nevertheless, EOCO staff and the entire operational team chose to carry on with the interrogation, which ended around 9 p.m. Officers eventually left the office at 11 p.m. Enra. Nhyira was granted bail around 9 p.m. shortly after interrogation ended. He was granted bail of 10 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties to be justified. So, omo chan ya make sure so mbetimi na wie de so mwie Enra na nko no kra nko nya no Kofi. But the bro mwie investigation and say interrogation omo ne ye no. Na about 9. So EOCO officers no kra na no point Kofi 11 p.m. And this is EOCO also telling on side of the story from the Shatta Wale managers eba be kan say woko just for tax allegations keke no omo kire niema so Enra something deeper. Na yento aso omo say after so mwie interrogation no any ade at 9 omo ka chen say dey omo be so aye hwehwemu so omo hia a bail of 10 million ontimi improve with 2 sureties na onko fie nkwaje na home Enra. And once the sureties are presented, hopefully was say Nhyira was granted bail around 9 p.m. shortly after interrogation ended. He was granted a bail of 10 million with 2 sureties to be justified. Once the sureties are presented, hopefully this morning, EOCO will undertake surety inspection, which is a standard protocol, after which Charles Nhyira Mensah would leave custody. So there's our provisions no craba na. I saw mko nam so kohwehwem and san o be making sure say afum be jana mana Kofi. But as it stands now, Shatta Wale supporters Eda so ewo EOCO officer omu didi oho. Na yento EOCO statement no some say so far Charles Nhyira Mensah has been unable to identify the person from whom he purchased the said Lamborghini used vehicles, except to say that he purchased it from the street and from someone possibly called Zach, who may have contacted him on WhatsApp but whose identity he does not know and whose contact he has thrown away. I was EOCO for Chima. Enra, in the course of interrogation, Omo ebisa Shatta Wale say, "Ontimi improve documents are HS car ne dia." So auto free go for $150,000 a receipt away. Enipa be no auto free no ho. Call be no ni nipa ne ye, enipa no contact. Enkomodi e call so nyina before say car no plan ye transfer document and I say transfer letter. That's why HS ampa. Enipa we aton car e de ama Shatta Wale improve. EOCO for him say in the course of interrogation, Shatta Wale was not able to prove any of that. Ridiculously and interestingly, Shatta Wale kra ka kire EOCO for ne say car no WhatsApp chat a woni car wura or original car wona na no chem so auto car no free no for $150,000 in the kra no. Sa chat no Nhyira. Enipa ko contact, enipa oto ka ni free no no number kra mpo no. Shatta Wale chim say sa number no so ato atwene. Wontimi provide hwe. So far according to EOCO, Shatta Wale has not been able to prove any legal document be a say at least car no auto free obi ho. Empo na nke bia yakochesi ni pakro ne yakase wo Shatta na ebi kra on the okoto ne car no wanya aware of whatever was going on. Enti yakwa kochesi ni pafofo. Shatta has not been able to provide a dean, official a dean, and as a document be a EOCO for also a follow up. So in a way you can tell say as a Shatta ebia o kata niam so anase he is playing smart with EOCO for yanto ansem no so or say so far Charles Niama Mensah does not also possess any documentation in terms of receipt or transfer documents which shows that he owns or purchased the said vehicle except a custom declaration document in his possession bearing the name of Nana Kwabena Amwa, who is currently in jail. So EOCO for chima documents be a Shatta Wale ankasa are taking possession of the car legally in there, untimi provide. But almost any needing common. The only document I waiting provided a document a free customs for ho. HSS car no, the original personal car no, custom for register car na mano. The same Nana Kwabena Amwa, the same guy na FBI for HM say or no afford US buying $4 million. And that enum bi no odekoto car na ene Shatta Wale as a on keep car dia guy. That is the only document that Shatta etimi provide here. EOCO for him say boy your friends and I say nipa friends say Nana Kwabena Amwa na ono serve 86 months in US for fraud no. Ono needing any was our document na so. So ebusuya we EOCO for counter statement men kan sa omo etimi say Shatta Wale so far has not been able to provide say ampaka na ye ampa auto free ho. But omatimi enya evidence and answer documents say enipa na FBI for HM say yache no in connection to fraud into omun follow up no omun kwaje sa aka no say nipa na de ne din apie e wo document bi omanya afri Shatta Wale ho. So this is where we are with Shatta Wale. Enti abuso what say ache Shatta Wale and ne supporters akoba piem e wo EOCO say yen granting the bill and I say yen free na enye kwa. So what they say Shatta Wale, the managers HM say it is for mere tax allegations and investigating and it goes beyond that. Still, a Lamborghini no asem. According to EOCO, per one interrogations on Shatta Ayeno, he has not been able to provide documents legally. Charles ni ama Mensah or no only a car. But omanya document the very same guy or FBI for custody with US no or no and a car link it to ono. So some way, somehow, at least for now, per EOCO for one more can be about 80% or more are correct. I say indeed, Kano Shatta Anto. Kano Shatta Anto. Kano Shatta Anto for $150,000, no, because he has not been able to prove or provide any documents or any name HS or Kotoka no free garage and the buy. That is where we are. So as it stands now, Shatta Wale ebe provided a bill conditions now Oma verify and sign yet no Akuffo. So this is where we are with Shatta Wale any EOCO for N7. I was in Phoenix medi edisiki meda so nya bre ema me the comment section is open and our first time ana watimi akire wadwen e wo comment o ye bekoso edi nsem na chi as and when e binya update no ye betimi ama wason atibi